Hi students, hope everyone is fine and safe. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to my new video, and today's video is about another interesting concept in the subject analog and digital communication. We're going to see about FM transmitters. In previous video we have seen FM transmitters by direct method, whereas today we're going to see FM transmitters that works in indirect method. The indirect method can also be called as Armstrong method, and this is a very important question in this particular unit, right? And before going in depth about indirect method, first you have to understand what is direct method and what is indirect method, right? In direct method, we will directly change the frequency of crystal oscillator, right, by varying some parameters, right, so that we can able to obtain the FM wave, right? Whereas in indirect method, what we will do is we will generate FM from phase modulated wave, and that particular FM can be converted into a wideband FM by using frequency modulator, right? And indirect method, as I said, we have two different parts. That is, first we have to generate an FM, that is a narrowband FM from the phase modulator, and then we have to convert that narrowband FM into a wideband FM, right? So we have already seen this in FM modulators, that is indirect method of FM modulation, right? How to generate an FM wave indirectly. It is the same concept, but here we will use different frequency multipliers to transmit that particular signal, and that is why we call it as here indirect method, Armstrong method of FM transmitter, right? So as I said before, you can see the working principle of Armstrong method is you have two parts. One is we got to generate a narrowband FM using a phase modulator, and then we have to convert that narrowband FM into a wideband FM by using different frequency modulators, frequency multipliers, right? And we have already seen this in previous unit, that is unit 1, but you got to understand how it is possible to generate an FM wave from PM, right? Why we call this as indirect method? We call this indirect method because we are not generating FM directly from the carrier signal. We are generating the FM by from the PM wave, right? By using phase modulator. How is it possible, sir? Yes. Normally, how will you generate a frequency modulated wave? We can generate it as AC cos 2 pi FCT, right? Plus 2 pi KF integration of M of t into dt. So this is the standard equation for FM wave. Similarly, we can write the standard equation for PM wave, which is AC cos 2 pi FCT plus Kp M of t. So if you see these two expressions, right, it is more or less same. You can see everything is same. The only part is this one. This is different and this is different. Which means from this expression you can understand here, by integrating the message signal, right, by integrating the message signal and sending to the phase modulator, we can able to obtain FM wave. I repeat that, by integrating the message signal and sending it to the phase modulator, we can obtain the FM wave. Similarly, by differentiating the message signal and sending it to the frequency modulator, we can obtain the PM wave. And here in indirect method, we are going to use this particular technique, that is, we are going to integrate the message signal and send it to the phase modulator so that we can obtain the narrowband FM, right? That is the first part. And the second part is we're going to convert that narrowband into a wideband FM by using different multipliers, right? And the distortion is low in NBFM, and the modulation index is also low. And phase modulation is preferred here because for easy generation, right? And you already know what is the multiplier circuit, where it multiplies the carrier frequency according to the desired level and also the frequency deviation. Now we'll see the working of it. Now you can see this is the indirect method of FM generation, normal indirect method of FM generation, right? As I said here, the message signal is integrated, right? And the integrated message signal is sent to the phase modulator, narrowband phase modulator, and then the crystal oscillator frequency is added here, the carrier frequency is added here, and this operation generates a narrowband FM, this narrowband FM, right? And this narrowband FM is sent to the frequency multiplier, right? And the frequency multiplier, we can use different frequency multipliers depending upon the desired level, right? And the output of this frequency multiplier is wideband FM. This is called as indirect method. This is part 1, generation of narrowband. This is part 2, generation of wideband FM, right? And we call this as Armstrong method. You can see this is the detailed working of the Armstrong FM transmitter, right? The same concept here. First, I'll explain you the concept and then I'll explain you how these frequency multipliers are obtained, right? So that you can easily understand, right? So you can see here, we know in order to generate an FM wave, we need a message signal and as well as carrier signal, right? You can see here, what we are doing is we are using indirect method. So for indirect method, what I said, we are going to integrate the message signal and then send to the phase modulator so that it adds the carrier signal and generates the narrowband FM. The one which obtains here is narrowband FM, right? And here we are using two frequency multipliers. You can see frequency multiplier 1 and frequency multiplier 2, and the multiplier component is that is the factor is N1 is equal to 64 and N2 is equal to 48. I'll tell you later how we obtain the 64 and 48, right? As of now, you understand here we are using two frequency multiplier, right? Let that be an XN1 and XN2 here, and the frequency, carrier frequency is normal carrier frequency, which is 200 kilohertz, right? And we use the frequency deviation here is 25 hertz, right? Approximately it is 25 hertz, right? And now you're going to send this to frequency multiplier, and you know that what frequency multiplier will do. Here we are already having the FM, narrowband FM, right? And the frequency of carrier is 200 kilohertz, right? And here we are using frequency multiplier, right? And what is the multiplier component? N1 is equal to 64. So 200 into 64 and also 24.4 into 64. We will obtain carrier frequency as 12.8 and also the frequency deviation as 1.56 kilohertz. And as I said before, the frequency multiplier not only increases the carrier frequency but also increases the frequency deviation, right? And here, after this, what happens here? Once again, we have to increase, right? Because we need a carrier frequency of 90 megahertz and frequency deviation of 75 kilohertz, right? So now what we are going to do is we are going to send it to the mixer, right? So before this mixer, what we are doing is we are adding a crystal oscillator which is going to generate a frequency of 10.925 megahertz, right? And this 10.925 megahertz along with this particular frequency which is 12.8 megahertz, that is mixed here, right? That is mixed here, and the carrier frequency, you can see it is down converted to 1.875 megahertz, which means here 12.8, that is 12.8 megahertz subtracted by 10.925, right? So which is 1.875, right? And then the frequency deviation is same, right? And again it is sent to frequency multiplier. The frequency multiplier component is 48 here, right? So that if you multiply this into 48 and this into 48, we obtain the desired frequency, carrier frequency of 90 megahertz and frequency deviation of 75 kilohertz, so that that can be amplified and it can be transmitted, right? This is the indirect method of FM transmission. The operation is very simple. Here we generate the FM, narrowband FM, that narrowband FM is converted into a wideband FM by using this particular circuit, right? By using two frequency multipliers, correct? Right? And you can see the frequency, how the frequency changes, right? The variation, how it changes here, right? Here we are subtracting the carrier frequency, and then once again it is multiplied, right? And now we got to understand how this component is achieved, N1 and N2. How is that we are obtaining it, right? It's depending upon the carrier frequency and message frequency. There is a small calculation here, right? We will see that. And as I said before, the multiplication process can be performed at several stages, and here we are using two stage here, right? The initial carrier frequency is 200 kilohertz, right? And del F is 25 hertz. That is what we saw, right? 200 kilohertz and 25 hertz, right? And now, which corresponds to the modulation index is 0.5 and the message signal is 50 hertz, right? And the multiplication factor can be obtained from the lower frequency limit. What is the lower frequency limit for audio signal? The lower frequency limit is 25 hertz to 15 hertz. That is the range, right? So you take 25 hertz, right? And we know that this is the desired carrier frequency we need to achieve. Desired carrier frequency. So now, how is this multipliers, the N1, N2 calculated? You can see here the multiplication factor can be obtained. The desired frequency deviation is 75, and you know that this is the low frequency component which we are going to use. So 75 kilohertz by divided by 25 kilohertz will obtain 3000 as the multiplication factor. And similarly for carrier frequency, the multiplication factor is 450, right? And if you're going to use this 3000, right, and we will generate a final carrier frequency of more than 600 megahertz, right? But here we don't need 600 megahertz, 90 megahertz is more than enough, right? Now we know that here what is the operation that is going to take place? Here what is the operation that is going to take place? We are multiplying. Here you can see here this is N1 into FC. The carrier frequency is N1 into FC. Here the carrier frequency is N2 into FC. N2 into FC, right? The carrier frequency is multiplied by the factor N2 here, right? So now, what is the operation of mixer happening here? That is, it generates this carrier, it mixes this carrier frequency and this particular signal, correct? So now, how will you generate that? How will you represent that signal mathematically, right? You can mathematically represent, right, N FC1 minus FC2, right? This is the normal carrier frequency, that is the second oscillator frequency which is obtained, which is given to mixer directly, and this is the original carrier frequency which is multiplied by N1 factor, right? And we already calculated the multiplication factor as 3000, right? And we know that the desired frequency is FC 90 hertz. Now coming here, we know that what is that we are going to do in frequency multiplier, that is second frequency multiplier. This is the component which you are going to give. That is N2 is the second to multiplier, right? What is that the input you are giving? You are going to give the input, right, which is obtained by N into F1 minus the F2 carrier frequency, correct? Right? And that is what we are giving, right? And that is equal to the carrier frequency, right? Now if we substitute these values, what is N2? N2 we don't know, and what is N1? We can obtain this one from this particular expression, that is N1 into F1, right? We are substituting this particular value, N1 into F1. What is F1? FC1? FC1 is 200 kilohertz, correct? 200 kilohertz. See that? The normal carrier frequency is 200 kilohertz, correct? That is FC1. So N is, we know that N1, so N1 into 200 kilohertz, which is 0.2 into N1, right? And minus 10.925, the second carrier frequency, minus 90, right? And now by solving this equation 1 and equation 2, you can see we obtain N1 and N2, where N1 can be approximated to 64 and N2 can be approximated to 42, right, by multiplier. And that is why we are using 64 and 48 here, right, so that we can obtain this particular factors, right? So don't get confused here. The calculation is very simple, right? Only if you understand this multiplication factor, right? That is, we are taking the lowest frequency with the maximum frequency deviation that is going to achieve, so that we are obtaining the multiplication factor, right? And after multiplication factor, we know that the mixture operation, that is, the mixture operation is first multiplier into the original carrier frequency minus the second carrier frequency, right? And from that equation, we obtain the N1 and N2, right? So today, what we have seen is, we have seen FM transmitter by indirect method, the Armstrong method of indirectly generating and transmitting the FM wave, right? I believe this video will be very useful for you. Thank you, my dear students.